I feel like I just made the situation worse.
If I tell you, promise you won't do anything reckless?
If you're looking for a fight, I'm happy to oblige. Deep down, I know she was right.
You have no intention of backing off Jack Brennan, do you?
Cyrus killed Dex, and I'm gonna prove it.
General Hospital latest update. Drew Quartermain is playing with fire. He's declared war on Sonny Corinthos and Jason Morgan, using his governor power to bring them down. But has he just signed his own death warrant? With enemies piling up, betrayals mounting, and shocking twists ahead, could this be the beginning of Drew's ultimate downfall? Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers. Drew launches war on Sonny and Jason signs own death warrant. General Hospital spoilers hint that Drew Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, has seemingly launched a war on Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, and Jason Morgan, Steve Burton. During the Tuesday, February 4th edition of the soap, he took a moment to talk to Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, about how the Port Charles Police Department needs to focus on organized crime, specifically mentioning both Sonny and Jason. The conversation seemed very official governor business, which begs the question, did Drew just sign his own death warrant? Drew Quartermain has been written into a corner. Some General Hospital fans feel as if a whodunit storyline could be in the works for Drew, as he's racking up the enemies left, right, and center. Till Cyrus Renaud, Jeff Kober seems to be doing the same, so could the soap decide to go another route with Drew? After all, Drew is a shadow of his former self, going from hero to zero in a matter of months. From bedding his nephew's wife, to seducing her mother along with her, not to mention turning on his best friend Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner. Among other betrayals, is there any way this character could redeem himself? That's hard to say at this point. Is this the beginning of the end for Drew? Drew betraying Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, by sleeping with his wife Willow Tate Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, would be reason enough for Jason to want to end his twin brother's life. However, finding out he is pulling his governor's weight around to get him and Sonny in the slammer may do Drew in for good. After all, Sonny shot FBI agent John Jagger Cates, Adam J. Harrington point blank because he was crossing a line with him and his family, not to mention because he felt under attack. What would stop Jason or Sonny from doing the same to Drew? Not only would a storyline of this nature be intriguing, but it would also offer Drew an interesting exit, which seems like the direction General Hospital is going with this character. Would you miss Drew if he left? Share your thoughts below. Today's next update. After saying too much to Lulu, Cyrus appears to target his next victim. Plus, Jens gets alarming news. General Hospital. Nina approaches Carly with a deal to work together to break up Drew and Willow. Anna agrees to help Jordan spy on Jens, and Jens makes an interesting offer to Drew. The hospital, Carly drops by to get advice from Lucas. She relays that Nina called her, and she believes Nina is going to ask her to help her break up Willow and Drew, and she's tempted to do it. Carly fills him in on her confrontation with Drew, and Lucas can't throw stones as he blew up at Willow during Christmas. Lucas says his blow-up did nothing but allow Drew to sweep in and save Willow, and Carly is sure her actions didn't help much either. Lucas thinks if her goal is to stop escalating the conflict with Willow and Drew, working with Nina won't do that. Willow welcomes Liz back to work, as does Portia. However, Portia says they need to speak before her shift. Portia and Liz step into Portia's office, and Portia tells her she never thought she was guilty of harming patients and that she was just following protocol by suspending her. Liz asks what the status of the investigation is. Portia has nothing new to tell her, as the police have taken over. However, there were no other deaths by Digitalis other than the 3 known patients, Sam, Dex, and the elderly woman last fall. She just hopes the police can stop this killer before they strike again. Later, Lucas asks Willow to put a rush on some labs for him. He also apologizes to her for the way he judged her the last time he saw her. He also tells her that he's here for her and the kids, and there are no strings attached if they need anything. She thanks him and leaves to take care of the labs. Liz calls her friend Gail at Turning Woods and thanks her again for all her help. After Gail hangs up, Cyrus shows up to visit Mrs. Brown. Gail tells Cyrus that unfortunately, he can't see any patients until he talks to Director Ferner. Ferner meets with Cyrus and explains he can no longer visit patients, as they had to take the mayor's complaint about his visiting Lulu when he had no right to seriously. He has also heard he's been barred from visiting patients at General Hospital. Cyrus overheard the nurse talking to Elizabeth earlier and asks if she is the source of these lies about him. He fumes these patients need him, but Ferner says they'll have to do without him. Laura meets with Lulu at Bobby's. Lulu says she spoke to Jack, who confirmed that Valentine appeared in Germany but escaped before he could be tracked. Lulu believes there may be another way to find her daughter than the WSB. Lulu explains she is following famous equestrians on social media to see if Charlotte is using a fake account to follow them, and she's looking into the best stables in Europe, as Valentine could be letting her take lessons. Laura says this is a solid lead. Laura then gets a call and tells Lulu she has to go to try and meet with Drew. She tells Lulu she's proud of her. Later, Cyrus appears and tells Lulu how glad he is to see her out and healthy. Lulu tells him that there is a restraining order out on him to stay away from her, so get lost or she'll call the cops. He states everyone has misunderstood his intentions, but she knows she heard him plotting to have her transferred from Turning Woods to another state and away from her family. She ran away that night to get away from him and whatever sick plan he had for her. Cyrus screams that she doesn't understand. He yells that he sat by her, he read to her. No one else has done for her what he has. Lulu grabs her phone from her bag and calls Anna, but when she turns around, Cyrus is gone. Crimson, Nina offers Maxie 2 tickets to the upcoming Fashion Winter Formal. Maxie exclaims these are impossible to get, so this means Nina needs something from her. Nina needs Maxie's advice on how to get Carly to work with her on breaking up Drew and Willow. Maxie tells Nina that Willow is an adult who can make her own decisions, and she doesn't think Drew would hurt Willow. Nina insists he has already hurt Willow by leading her to make poor choices. Nina is just thankful Drew is living in a hotel because otherwise, he'd move Willow and the kids in with him. Maxie admits Drew is buying a house, and he asked her to help find a decorator. Nina is stunned. Maxie says Drew doesn't even have furniture, so Nina's rushing the gun, getting worked up over this. Nina begs Maxie to stall Drew from moving in somehow and give her and Carly time to find a way to break up Drew and Willow, as he is not good for her. Maxie asks Nina if this is really about her thinking Drew is bad for Willow or that Willow is with the man she once wanted. Nina says she and Drew had an ill-advised, short-lived fling, and she was done with the man once she saw the effect he's had on Willow. Nina says Drew has a talent for bringing out the worst in people, and she should have listened to Maxie when she warned her about getting involved with him. Maxie gloats, saying I told you so doesn't sound as good when you agree with me. Maxie feels Willow is acting crazy because she's in love with Drew and points out Nina did crazy things when she was in love with Sonny. Just then, Carly arrives. Maxie leaves them, and Nina tells Carly she probably feels she's a hypocrite, and she doesn't blame her. She says watching Drew bulldoze his way into Willow's marriage to Michael has been eye-opening, as she did the same to Carly's marriage. Carly never thought she'd hear Nina say she was wrong. Nina says she was, and like her, she's a mother, and she can't let Drew ruin her daughter's life. Nina believes they need to work together to break up Drew and Willow. Carly says if they get caught, Willow will keep them from seeing Wiley and Amelia. Nina notes it is a chance they have to take. Carly doesn't want to make an already bad situation worse. Nina reveals Drew is planning on moving Willow and the kids in with him, so how does she feel now? Nina says like it or not, they are connected as Amelia and Wiley's grandparents. Carly asks what she thinks they should do. Nina tells Carly she can get them access to Drew's new house. So will she help her do whatever it takes to protect their grandchildren? Maxie goes to the hospital and finds Willow. She tells her that James has been bugging her to have a playdate with Wiley. Willow says she'd love that. Maxie knows she and the kids move back in with Nina and asks how she's doing. Willow says she's one of the few people to ask her how she's doing instead of questioning or judging her. She has realized how lonely she's been. Maxie suggests they have the playdate at her place as she has a big backyard. Willow thinks she should start looking for a similar place of her own. Maxie keeps quiet. Liz talks to Lucas about Cyrus and says she and Lucky are getting close to finding proof he's guilty. Lucas warns her that Cyrus has already been tipped off that they are onto him, thanks to Joss. Liz says he needs to keep Joss away from Cyrus, as if he feels he's cornered and he'll only get more dangerous. Suddenly, Cyrus appears in the distance, sees Liz talking with Lucas, and recalls his disturbed Bible at his place. Jens meets with Drew for breakfast at Café Sherry. He explains he's a shipper, and the planned esplanade drew him to this town. Drew explains it's been held up due to environmental issues. Jens wonders if Sonny has something to do with this delay. Drew assures Jens he doesn't. Jens suggests Pier 55 might be a new place for the esplanade. Drew notes Sonny owns that pier and warehouse, so Jens suggests the city sees it under eminent domain. He says he'd make a substantial financial contribution to help foot the cost of the move. Laura shows up to see Drew and is surprised to find him with Jens. Drew didn't know Jens and Laura knew one another. Laura explains Jens was the man who held her son captive in Somalia. Jens states he and Lucky have different recollections about what happened, and someone not as calm and cool as he is would sue her for defamation. That would be a bad look for the city. Laura gets the hint. Jens suggests Laura join them to see that all he wants is to contribute to this city. Laura says she'd love to hear what they are discussing. They sit down, and Drew explains that Jens has suggested moving the esplanade to Pier 55. Laura tells Drew if he has a proposal for this, to submit it to her office. She was looking forward to working with Drew to better Port Charles, but she doesn't believe Jens is here to make Port Charles a better place. She tells them good day and walks off. Jordan goes to see Anna in her office and asks to borrow one of the department's micro-recording devices. Anna asks who will be wearing it. Jordan confirms she will. Jordan explains her plan to get close to Sidwell, who has taken an interest in her, to get evidence on him. Anna tells her so far nobody has been able to get anything on him, and they don't even know why he's here. Jordan feels if she can find out why, they can find what they need to catch him. Anna tells Jordan that Sidwell is very dangerous, and she believes he is behind the bombing of Sonny's apartment. Jordan can't believe Anna isn't going to lecture her about not being a cop anymore. Anna says, on the contrary, that she's going to help her take down Sidwell in any way she can. In LA, Natalia and Sonny sit in the doctor's office waiting room. She asks if he's going to tell his kids about his heart condition. He doesn't want them to worry any more than he has to, nor can he give his rivals a reason to come after him and his family. A nurse comes out to tell Sonny the doctor is ready, and he accepts Natalia's offer to go in with him so he's not alone. Later, they finish the exam and Sonny was told he needed a pacemaker. Natalia says he needs to take this seriously, but Sonny feels first he must find who tried to kill him, then he can focus on getting better. Natalia notes the doctor says he needs this done within the next 3 months. They depart, and a mysterious man in black follows them. It's Jen's stooge who tried to kill Isaiah in the hospital. Back in Port Charles at the cafe, Jens makes his case to Drew, who says Jens has given him a lot to think about. Drew leaves, and the stooge calls Jens to report. He says he followed Natalia to a cardiologist in LA. Jens is shocked she's seeing a cardiologist. The stooge says it's not her, it's the guy she's with, Sonny Corinthos. Cross town, Lulu rushes into Anna's office and says she just had an encounter with Cyrus. She explains Cyrus ran his mouth and said he spent a lot of time with her while she was in her coma, which freaked her out. She relays he said, "No one has done as much for you as I have." She asks what that means. What does this sicko have planned for her? On the next General Hospital at a playground, Christina asks Ava, "I'm sorry, where do you think you are going?" Joss offers someone an apology. Rick warns Liz about a dangerous man. Mart meets with Willow and asks if she really wants a divorce. Felicia and Cody appear to have lured Sasha to the Port Charles Grill. She says, "Forgive me for giving whatever this is a hard pass." Jason asks Tracy why she'd believe anything Drew had to say. Carly asks Nina, "How far are you willing to go to get Drew out of the picture?" Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.